Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Keeta'Jay, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're not, welcome back. Today, I wanted to give a little bit of history on the Weasley family. Now, please forgive me if my voice sounds like it is going in and out. I'm a little sick, but I wanted to get this video up and out for you guys. As promised, I'm going to try to upload every single day some new fun fact about Harry Potter, and I also want to start exploring Twilight and Sailor Moon and a couple of other things. But until then, we are going to be the world of Harry Potter. So let's jump into this video. First and foremost, I want to give you guys a couple of traits about the Weasley family. Number one, all of the children, everyone in the family has red hair and freckles. On top of that, they live on the outside of Devon, England. They live really close to the Lovegoods. They live close to the Black family. So they live close to other magic families. The thing is, when we watch the movies, it look like they sit by themselves and there's no one else around for miles and miles and miles. But for my research, they live like right up the way from other families. So I thought that was pretty interesting. They are a pure blood family. The problem is, because their dad and their mother are more accepting of other people, so mudbloods and muggleborns. I don't like to call them mudbloods, I'm sorry, you guys. So muggleborns and half-bloods, they are accepting. They don't think that they're more superior. They don't think that they're better than them. So because they look at things that way, they are considered to be blood traitors. And a blood traitor is basically someone who is willing to taint their own purity in order to accept someone from somewhere else. So as you guys all know, or maybe you don't, the Black family, so Sirius's family looks at them like they are traitor bloods, and so does Malfoy's family. They will look at him like, you know, they look at the family like they're traitor bloods. And also, because they are looked at that way, their opportunities aren't as great as the other elite pure blood families. They don't have the same opportunities. So in the wizarding world, they are considered to be poor. And a lot of that is because the dad just doesn't get a lot of opportunity because of his viewpoints on muggles and half-bloods. A really funny trait outside of them being pure blood and red hair and freckles is that the Weasley family is known for having large families. So they have a lot of children in every single generation. They end up having a lot of kids. And I think in the first movie, Malfoy makes a stupid snark comment about how he can tell a Weasley because they have red hair, freckle faces, and more children than they can afford. And he said that his dad told him that. So that was the craziestness. Now, not only is that a weird trait, but another weird trait is, for years they had a bunch of boys. All the grandkids were boys, and it wasn't until they had Ginny when that kind of stopped. And then all of Arthur and Molly's kids that had kids, it were more girls than there were boys. So not only did they stop the boy trend, they started an all-girl trend. I thought that was kind of funny because I didn't know that. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on Ron's mother and father, and then hopefully you can understand the importance of it. So Arthur Weasley was born February the 6th, 1950. He was sorted into Gryffindor. In his third year, he chose to do Muggle studies. Now, that says to me that he wasn't like this crazy old guy working at the magic ministry, just trying to like support muggles. He has been interested in muggles his entire life. I mean, since his third year at school, he decided that he wanted to study muggles. So that should point out to us that he's just not crazy. He's genuinely interested in the lifestyle. Now, right after his third year, he met Molly, which is Ron's mother. And right after they graduated from Hogwarts, they got married. It was a rushed marriage. Now, it was a rushed marriage because at that time, it was the first Wizarding War, and Voldemort was gaining power, and they just wanted to make sure that if anything happened, it happened while they were together. So they got married, and shortly after the marriage, they started to have children. Their first child, out of the 7, the first child was Bill. Then right after Bill, they had Charlie. Then they had Perry. They had Fred and George, Ron, and Ginny. Ginny was the first girl, as you can tell, and she was the baby girl. They were not a part of the First Order of the Phoenix. That has always been, for people who didn't take the time to read the books. And I've read all of the books. I haven't read them in a while, but they really don't tell us if Ron's family was a part of the first Wizarding War in that way. But after some research, I learned that they were not a part of the First Order of the Phoenix. Now, I say all this to say this. I want people to understand what Ron's family did for Harry, because I feel like it's kind of played down a little bit, but understand that Molly and Arthur gave up a lot. Their children died protecting Harry. They almost died protecting Harry. Their home was burnt down protecting Harry. When they decided that they were going to help in the Second Wizarding War and they were going to become a part of the Order of the Phoenix, the entire family, for the exception of Perry, who decided to back out. He did not agree. He did not want any parts of it. He didn't want any parts of Dumbledore. So when he decided that he was not going to be a part of it, it put a strain on the family. And it almost destroyed the family, because now you have a son who has decided that he doesn't want to help Harry. He doesn't want to continue to be on this path. And we kind of see him go evil. Now, after the fact, he does try to come back to the family and he tries to do the right thing. Perry tries to make amends, but the damage was already done, you know? So it was kind of a catch-22 for him. He didn't want to be a part of it, but he ended up being a part of it anyway. The Weasley family did a lot for Harry Potter, and they've done a lot in history to put themselves at risk to share equality with Muggle-borns and just regular Muggles, because there is a different Muggle-born and Muggles have two different categories, and I've had to talk about this with people a lot, and I'll do a whole video on it some other time, but just not today. And Half-Bloods, they definitely put a lot on their family's shoulders, and they put a lot on their shoulders in order to help to create some type of equality in the wizarding world. So I thought it was just important to do a little something, not just for Ron, but for the entire family, because the entire family definitely put a lot on the line. As we see in the movies and as you read in the books, they lost a lot of people. Molly's brothers died in the first Wizarding War, and right after he died, the people that killed him, they got off scot-free. So their views and their love of people is amazing, because for them to be pure blood, they could definitely be Malfoy's family. They could be like the Black family, which is another person I really want to dive into and explore, because there is a whole history on Sirius Black that we do not get to see and that we do not get to read the way I would like to. And people keep saying they can make separate books and they can keep, but I don't want them to. I enjoy doing the research and finding everybody's history separately. I don't need to see 101 movies, nor do I need to read 101 books. I think it's pretty cool that we can just take the time and find the characters that we care about the most, that have made an impact on us, and learn their history. So that is all, you guys. Hopefully you like this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below how you feel about the Weasley family. Thank you guys for watching. I love you. Bye.